Well, Darrell, for what it's worth, I'm a very positive person. So as we go into Saturday, are you looking to build on your last league game, which was a win against MK Dons, or looking to bounce back from 3 successive cup defeats?
Yeah, no, listen, we don't paper over things. It's been a real big disappointment, but like you say, you've got to move on and move forward quickly. There's a grey cloud around the place at the minute, a lot of negativity surrounding the football club, which only we can control on the pitch, and making sure that we put in positive performances and get positive results. It's not all doom and gloom. Our side of things, we're conceding sloppy goals, individual errors. And there's a lot of questions being asked, and how you do that as a management team and as players is you do the talking out on the pitch and make sure that you're keeping improving in the areas that we need to keep improving. So disappointing cup week, shall we call it? Bitterly angry, frustrated. And a lot of mixed emotions about that, but we've been out on the grass this morning ready to get ourselves going for Scunthorpe away.
Can you offer some perspective? It's only November, the season's very much alive.
Perspective at this place, Richard, you're having a laugh, aren't you?
Give it a go.
No, yeah, I was going to say, let's have perspective. What I'd say is that you're always looking for the positives around here, because there's that many negatives. And it's the way of the footballing world, to be honest with you. It's not just this place, it's every place. Everybody wants instant success. Everybody thinks they're a manager, everybody thinks they're a player, so you're always fighting against the grain now. So we try and keep it as positive as we can, but also giving a sense of realism to the players that it's got to be a lot better, and they understand the consequences if it's not, because I'm certainly not a manager to sit and stand still and let things deteriorate, that's for sure. We've got a couple of months till the window opens, where players are, looking to improve on the performances. We're 4 points off the playoffs as we stand now, disappointing in 2 out of the 3 cup competitions. Results, certainly performance, haven't been as consistent as I'd liked. So we got to put that behind us and move it forward and see how we do over the next 6-7 weeks.
You talk about negativity a few times recently. Is there any negativity inside the football club, or are you keeping it positive inside the football club?
What I do know is that this football club, the chairman, Steve Brookfield, the owners, my staff, my players are working very hard to improve this football club, and that'll continue to be so. I think there is a lot of frustration and negativity because they don't see a lot that's happening. I understand that. I understand that a minority of the supporters are disappointed with the performances and the results. I understand that. But everybody's giving their best for the football club, and you've only got to go. It's only the ones with very, very short memories to realise how quickly we've come and how fast. So sometimes you can become a bit of a victim of your own success, and you get 1 or 2 people saying, "Well, we shouldn't have been in the conference anyway. We were lucky to get promoted out of League Two." Do you know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. We've had a great 3 years. We're having a real tough time as a football club at the minute, and the only way you get through that is by working hard and everybody's pulling in the same direction, and that's what I'm about. One good thing for sure is they've got a manager that's been there, seen it and done it, knows what the football club's all about, and make sure that I get into the players' mindsets to make sure that next time on the field they're organised and confident.
If there is a frustration amongst fans, even if it's a minority, is some of it not just on the pitch, but maybe they're annoyed that the stadium isn't happening, things like that?
Yeah, certainly. I think it all comes to the boil, but what I'd say, it multiplies. There wouldn't be as much negativity if we was winning every week, and that's for myself and the players to deal with that. We understand that, and I think you'll find that most football clubs, as long as you're winning, everybody's happy, isn't it? So there's a lot of pressure on myself and the players to lift the gloom. Always has been. And we have to continue to do that to try and bring more success to the football club. But everybody's giving it their all. We're working long hours to try and put things right and making sure that we keep moving forward. But you're always going to hit roadblocks along the way. There's always going to be times where your character's tested and you're questioned as a manager. I think it's 350 games and never had the bullet yet. I shouldn't be saying it, but do you know what I mean? It's like, I've been there and I know what to do and how to go around it, and it's about belief and confidence.
You'll know this better than me. I don't think you've ever lost 4 games in a row in your managerial career.
Brilliant, cheers Richard. Yeah.
I mean, it just shows this is new to you, isn't
it? Listen, I'm cutting some stick in a minute, and I appreciate that. I'm a manager, I'm a football manager. I put myself up front here. Listen, I'm going to be a football manager hopefully for a long time, and hopefully at Bristol Rovers for a long time, and build more success at the football club. But you're gonna take some hits along the way. You know, if you look at my career in a whole, I've had 4 promotions and 2 top 10 finishes. So I haven't had many down days, have I? No. You know, we've had the 8 games where I took over in relegation, but other than that, it's been on an upward curve. But on that upward curve, what I will say is, if I've hit roadblocks like I've hit now, and for me, it's about regrouping, reanalysing, putting confidence into your players, and kicking on.
And do you sometimes have to remind yourself that you are the leader? People look up to you. I'm thinking, when Matty Taylor left, you reassured fans immediately with the way that you...
Listen, I do, and don't give me... I'm hurt. I'm very passionate about managing this football club. I do hurt, and I do have to reboot myself. You know what I mean? I do take things personal, but I tell you what, it doesn't take me too long to get myself picked back up, because I am the leader, and make no bones about it, I am responsible for everything that goes out on that pitch. I don't think I ever shirk that responsibility. I'm the responsible for 2 promotions, top best finish for 17 years, and I'm responsible for things not going as well as they possibly should be at the minute. So I'll take that, and I'll take the criticism, and we'll kick on. And
you're human. Does sometimes curiosity get the better of you, and you have a look at fans' forums, or do you deliberately switch off for things like that?
I'd rather pickle my eyes, Richard. I really would, to be honest with you.
So you do ignore that kind of stuff?
Listen. What is a forum? What is it? Listen, you stand in a room with 200 people, 300 people. They'll give you a different formation, a different team, different individuals. They'd all pick a different team. But that's why we love the game. You know, forums are for people if they want to enjoy that. But no, I'd rather pickle my eyes.
I'll log out immediately.
No.
Scunthorpe on Saturday. I mean, it's very simplistic to say it's going to be a tough task, isn't it? They're one of the leading League One sides.
They are, yeah. Made the playoffs last year. Big expectations, like there probably is for 14, 15 clubs in our league. So we know it's going to be tough. But I just want to see us put in a good, solid performance, to be honest with you, and get a little bit of confidence back into it, and make sure at 3 o'clock we're not lacking that, because that's something I do demand at the players. Every time we cross that white line, it's a next game, it's a next project, and it's something I've spoke about for a long time as manager here. We go on to the next game, the next project, and then making sure that when we're out there, we're not worrying about what previously has gone by. We're looking straight ahead of what's ahead of us, and we've got an opportunity now. We've got plenty. We haven't got midweek games now. I think now for 8 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks, so we can do a lot of work in the training ground and work on all the areas that we need to work on, and get ourselves better shape. I get my players back. 1 or 2 injuries coming back. Players coming back from international duty. That's all stops now till March as well. So hopefully you get a little bit of consistency, because you need that. You need that in your football club. And by no means, I think I've got 18. That's all I've got. 18 seniors, and that's 1 under 21 player coming into the fold, and that's Dom Telford 20. Do you know what I mean? Sweeney's away and into. So we're not a big squad. So it's nice to get Saturday, so we can get plenty of work in and get my players back.
I assume Rovers are always an entertaining side, but on Saturday would you take an ugly, boring 1-0 win?
I'll take a few of them, to be honest with you, this season. But no, listen, I just want to see my team play out there, and like I say, not play the past games, play the next game, play with confidence, and go and take the game to them.
I guess 300 miles away from Bristol, whatever it is, maybe it's a good place to be on Saturday.
No, we love being at home. I mean, listen, let's rewind it. 50 home wins in 77 league games in 3.5 years. So let's take the cup competitions out of it. That's 150 points. My maths ain't great. Out of 221 at home. So nobody needs to tell me it's a disaster zone at the minute. But it's far from it. And I bet you we're in the top 5, 6 in the country, if not the top one over 3.5 year period. So there's positives, and we love playing at home. We love playing at the Mem. You know, our fans, as long as you're having a right good go, they get behind you. They disappoint at the minute, but our next home game in a couple of weeks, they'll be right behind us, and I'll make sure the lads put in a good performance. Starting this Saturday as well.
Go get them. Thank you.